In the realm of faith and spirituality, the belief in a higher power that intervenes in human affairs is a cornerstone for millions around the world. For Christians, this higher power is God, an omnipotent and benevolent force believed to guide, protect, and ultimately solve the problems that afflict individuals. The conviction that God will intervene in times of need serves as a powerful source of motivation and comfort, providing reassurance in moments of uncertainty and despair. One of the fundamental reasons why Christians believe that God will solve our problems lies in the omnipotence attributed to Him. According to Christian doctrine, God is not bound by the limitations of the physical world, but transcends them entirely. He is described as all-powerful, capable of performing miracles, orchestrating events in accordance with His divine will. This belief instills hope in believers as they trust that God possesses the ability to overcome any obstacle or challenge they may face. Furthermore, the benevolence of God is a central tenet of Christian faith. Christians believe of God as inherent, good and compassionate, caring deeply for His creation. As such, they trust that God desires the best for them and will act in their favor to alleviate suffering and bring about positive outcomes. This belief in God's loving nature fosters a sense of security and peace, knowing that they are not alone in their struggles, but accompanied by a caring and attentive divine presence. The concept of divine providence also plays a significant role in Christian belief regarding problem solving. Christians interpret various passages in the Bible as evidence of God's providential care for His people, guiding them through life's challenges and ensuring that everything unfolds according to His plan. This understanding instills confidence in believers as they view their problems not as random occurrences, but as opportunities for God to demonstrate His faithfulness and sovereignty. Moreover, Christians find assurance in the promises of God as recorded in Scripture. Throughout the Bible, there are numerous assurances of God's faithfulness, His willingness to listen to prayers, and His commitment to provide for His children. These promises serve as a source of encouragement and strength, reminding believers that they can trust in God's faithfulness even in the midst of adversity. By clinging to these promises, Christians find the courage to persevere in the face of trials, confident that God will ultimately deliver them from their troubles. Another aspect that reinforces a belief in God's problem-solving ability is the testimony of personal experiences and testimonies within the Christian community. Countless believers attest to experiencing divine intervention in their lives, whether through miraculous healings, unexpected provisions, or timely interventions that defy natural explanation. These testimonies serve as powerful reminders of God's active involvement in the lives of His people, inspiring others to trust in His ability to work miracles and overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. Furthermore, the practice of prayer is integral to the Christian faith. It serves as a direct means of seeking God's intervention in times of trouble. Christians are encouraged to bring their concerns before God in prayer, confident that He hears and responds to their petitions. The act of prayer not only allows believers to express their needs and desires, but also fosters a deeper relationship with God, strengthening their faith and trust in His ability to address their problems. In addition to prayer, Christians are also encouraged to seek guidance and support from fellow believers within the church community. The fellowship of believers provides a source of encouragement, accountability, and practical assistance for those facing difficulties. Through collective prayer, counsel, and acts of service, Christians can experience the tangible expression of God's love and provision as they navigate life's challenges together. Furthermore, Christians draw inspiration from the example of Jesus Christ, who demonstrated a wavering faith and reliance on God in the face of adversity. Throughout His earthly ministry, Jesus encountered various trials and opposition, yet He remained steadfast in His commitment to fulfill God's purposes. His ultimate sacrifice on choices, but by following the footsteps of Jesus and emulating His trust in God, Christians find the strength and courage to confront their own problems with confidence or resilience. In conclusion, the belief that God will solve your problems is a foundational aspect of Christian faith and motivation, grounded in the attributes of God's omnipotence, benevolence, providence, and faithfulness. Christians trust that God is not indifferent to their struggles but actively involved in their lives. Through prayer, scripture, fellowship, and the example of Jesus Christ, believers find assurance that God is capable and willing to intervene in their circumstances, offering comfort and ultimately solutions to their problems. Moreover, the concept of surrendering one's problems to God is a recurring theme in Christian teachings. Rather than relying solely on their own strength and understanding, believers are encouraged to trust in God's wisdom and guidance. Surrendering control of their circumstances into His capable hands. This act of surrender requires humility and faith, as individuals relinquish their desire for immediate solutions and instead place their trust in God's timing and plan. Through surrender, Christians find freedom from anxiety or worry, experiencing a profound sense of peace as they release their burdens in God's care. Additionally, the process of problem-solving in the Christian context often involves spiritual growth and transformation. While God may indeed provide solutions to specific problems, His ultimate goal is the development of character and faith within His children. As believers navigate through trials and obstacles, they are given the opportunity to cultivate virtues such as patience, perseverance, and trust. These character traits not only enable individuals to endure hardship with grace and resilience, but also deepen their relationship with God, fostering spiritual maturity and intimacy. Furthermore, the assurance of God's presence in the midst of trials is a source of comfort and strength for believers. Even in the darkest moments, Christians believe that God is with them, offering His sustaining grace and companionship. This awareness brings solace to the soul, dispelling fear and despair with the light of God's love. Through prayer, worship, and a study of Scripture, Christians are reminded of God's constant presence. They are empowered to face their problems with courage and hope. Moreover, the recognition of God's sovereignty over all aspects of life provides perspective and reassurance in times of difficulty. Christians believe that nothing happens outside of God's control, and that He is able to use even the most challenging circumstances for His glory and purposes. This perspective shifts the focus from the problem itself to the greater work that God is accomplishing through it, instilling confidence that He will ultimately bring about new invention and restoration. Additionally, the importance of faith in the problem-solving process cannot be overstated. Hebrews 11.1 defines faith as confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. For Christians, faith is the catalyst that activates God's power and brings His promises to fruition. By placing their trust in God's faithfulness and believing in His ability to work all things together for good, believers can approach their problems with boldness and expectation, knowing that God is faithful to His word. In conclusion, the belief that God will solve your problems is not merely a passive hope, but an active and transformative faith. Grounded in the attribute of God's sovereignty, presence, and faithfulness, Christians are empowered to face their problems with confidence and courage. Through surrender, spiritual growth, and unwavering faith, believers can experience the profound reality of God's intervention in their lives, finding solutions to their problems and ultimately, they thrive.